ESPN continues their war on conservatives and Donald Trump. Hey, everybody, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk, 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. You can watch the show right here on YouTube, by the way, from 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. ESPN, it used to be a really great sports network. ESPN, when I was a kid, that's where I turned it on every single morning to watch, to watch highlights from the night before, because, I wasn't really able to watch everything that I wanted to. And I loved sports as a kid. I still love sports. I want to see the highlights. I want analysis. I want great analysis of what's going on down the stretch from Major League Baseball when it comes to the NFL. Want to hear great things about what some of the NFL teams are doing, but ESPN is a failing product. ESPN is having to deal with the new world, and in the new world, much like radio, we've had to do some different things in the world of radio. I recognized very early on that this platform of radio is not just radio anymore. It's social media, it's YouTube, it's video, it's all kinds of things wrapped into one. It's all media nowadays. For ESPN, their base model, their base, platform has been disrupted by the internet. Now, if you want to know the score of something, you ask Siri. If you want to find out, if you want to see a highlight, you get on YouTube about 5 seconds after it happened, and bam, someone's probably already uploaded it. So ESPN has had to change the way things are going, and less people are watching ESPN because they can find out the information in other places. Well, now ESPN, in addition to sports, they kind of reduced the whole sports angle and the big-time analysis angle, and instead they're embracing leftism. And they've been doing this for a while now, and the latest example is Jemele Hill. Now, you may or may not know who Jemele Hill is. I really never watched her show, but apparently she's one of the main anchors on ESPN during the, early evening hours. Jemele Hill, she's a Democrat. She's far lefty, and she's unapologetic about it. And she tweeted out over the weekend on this was on September 11th, Donald Trump is a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists. Jemele Hill also says the height of white privilege is being able to ignore his white supremacy because if it's of no threat to you, well, it's a threat to me. She also tweeted out Trump, the president of the United States, is the most ignorant, offensive president of my lifetime. His rise is as a direct result of white supremacy, period. Jemele Hill also went out and said that it was a bunch of racists who had voted for Donald Trump, and that's what actually gave rise to Donald Trump. Could you imagine if an ESPN anchor back during the Obama administration would have tweeted out, Barack Obama only cares about black people, and Barack Obama was only elected because he was black? Wow, ESPN would have fired that person. In fact, ESPN has fired people or suspended people for a lot less than what Jemele Hill actually tweeted out. Kurt Schilling, remember Kurt Schilling? An excellent analyst for ESPN. He was fired last year after mocking transgenderism and the movement to regulate intimate facilities on the basis of gender identity. I'm reading from the Washington Times here. His remark came less than a year after ESPN presented Caitlyn Jenner with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at the 2015 ESPYs. I don't know how Caitlyn Jenner was courageous, but Caitlyn Jenner won the award. ESPN also yanked, are you ready for some football? Remember that one? The great Hank Williams Jr. He's back this year. But in 2011, they yanked him off the network. Why? Because he had compared President Obama to Adolf Hitler. Now, I don't think President Obama was Adolf Hitler, and I think that's wrong to say. However, if you're going to suspend conservatives and Republicans for conservative and Republican thought, yet you allow Jemele Hill to say that President Trump was only elected because he's a racist, only elected by racists, and that his supporters are racist, you are at war with, well, not really racist, but you're at war with the Republicans who put Trump into office. Yeah, ESPN forgets that a lot of Republicans actually like sports. In fact, most people who like sports lean conservative or lean to the right, and they don't appreciate a network like ESPN that is going after their values. This is just another example about how ESPN doesn't care about you unless, well, you're a Barack Obama fan or you're a Democrat. Then they care about you. They want you to watch. They want you to watch if you're a fan of Colin Kaepernick. They want you to watch if you're a fan of Jemele Hill, who thinks that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, and she has nothing to back that up. Jemele Hill is an idiot. I've seen a lot of posts about how she's a rising star on ESPN. No, Jemele Hill is an idiot, and you know what? Quite frankly, she doesn't deserve to have a show on ESPN. She needs to stick to sports, or else she needs to get off of ESPN and go over to MSNBC. I'm sure they'll hire her. CNN probably has a few openings as well. In my opinion, I don't care if ESPN wants to wade into the political debate. My problem with ESPN is that they only allow one viewpoint to get through in the political debate, and that's the leftist view, and that's absolutely wrong. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time, News Talk, 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. Have a great day. We'll talk next time.